Hi students, welcome back to our next session of our habitat lesson, that is part 2. Today we are going to discuss, we have discussed what is habitat. That is a place where we can fulfill our needs like food, our water facility, shelter, and adequate amount of air is getting supplied. That place where we are choosing for existence of our livelihood is going to be all the needs of our livelihood will be fulfilled. That type of place we are going to call as habitat. Okay, suppose our house, if I take on land, land is our habitat, where our earth is our habitat. We can call our home is considered as our shelters, place where we can get shelter. We are going to get air, water, and production will be there's sufficient amount of food we can get. Land can be considered as habitats for human beings and all. That's what we have discussed in the last session. Different habitats. Okay. In further continuing of our topic, that extension of our discussion. That is, today we are going to discuss about pond as habitat. How the ponds are going to be acting or giving existence of giving the atmosphere for existing possibility of existing of the life for various aquatic plants and various aquatic animals. How the pond is going to give the necessary conditions, and how the pond is going to create the necessary atmosphere for those the life existence of those atmosphere, that life possibility of those aquatic plants and animals. That's what we are going to discuss in this session. And we categorize, in order to study or in order to learn about the pond as a habitat, I'm going to categorize the pond into different regions. Okay, based on that we are going to discuss in detail. That is, this region of the above the surface, just this region area, the above the surface, this region I'm calling as above the surface of pond. This region we call as above the surface of pond. Okay, this region where the top exactly on the surface, this region we call as on the surface of pond. This is on the surface of pond, where this we call as midwater of pond. Okay, where the edges of the pond is called as margin of pond. Okay, where the exactly down portion, this we call as bottom of pond. Okay, these are the 5 regions where the pond habitat is getting categorized, and how these are 5 regions where there is a possibility of existence of life by various organisms. Okay, what are the organisms, living beings are present, or organisms are able to lead their life on the sources which are available on the surface of the pond, and what are the aquatic plants and animals which are able to have the possibility of life existence, creating the conditions. What are the conditions which are enabling to get the life existence of some aquatic plants and animals to which are on the surface of the plant that we are going to discuss. What are the creatures are having their life existence on the middle of the water, what are there on the margins of the pond, and what will leave at the bottom. We'll see like a small segments. Okay, we'll see different segments to discuss. These are the different categories what we have going to read about, discuss about the pond as habitat. See yesterday's discussion. Have you finished this table? If not, you try to fill the table. Today we are going to read as a pond as habitat. Go to page number 55 of your science textbook, open page number 55, all of you. There will be some session where it is reading and understanding session. There will be some explanation as well. Okay, pond as habitat. There are several organisms living in a pond. Okay, in a pond there are plenty of organisms. They will live in a pond. To study them more clearly, we need to see the different regions in the pond where communities of some organisms are present. Okay, instead of reading this pond as whole, I am going to decategorize. We are going to categorize this pond as these 5 regions. Okay, it is above the surface of the pond is taken as one region, and we'll study what are the organisms which are being having their life existence at this point, and depending on the pond to have their life, to lead their life. And on the surface of the pond we'll see what is the present, mid water of the pond we'll see, margins of the pond we'll see what are the present, at the bottom of the pond what they will have, that also we are going to see at different cases in detail. Let's see. In the pond we find that different organisms live in different regions. Okay, that's what on the top some organisms will live different depending on the regions of the pond. We will see different organisms which are having their life existence in different regions. Okay, this is due to some conditions like availability of different amount of food, air, light, etc. Why? Because depending on the amount of food and amount of light and amount of air needed for those organisms, the respective conditions of that pond is enabling or is making the feasibility conditions to have their life existence on the surface on the pond as an habitat. Okay. Now we'll see what are the things which are above the pond, above the surface of. First we'll see what happens on the above the surface of the pond. What is going to happen? Let's see. See, we found organisms like what type of organisms we are going to see, that is above the surface of the pond. Here, this region above the surface of the pond, this region is just above the surface of the pond. Which type of animals? Which type of organisms will have their life existence, and how this is going to give the considered as habitat for those. Let's see. See, we find organisms like dragonfly, mayfly, and kingfisher living above the surface. We will see dragonfly, mayfly, and we will see some kingfisher. Okay, which are roaming on the surface of the pond. Okay, that is hovering above the pond. That we will roaming above the pond and then resting over a bamboo pole or a stick jutting out of the surface of the pond. Okay, they will roam here. They will have around on the surface of the plant. After that, they will be resting on some bamboo stick or some stick which is coming, some plant stick or some stick, that is jutting stick. Okay, which is coming outside, that is jutting stick comes out of the surface of the pond. Some stick which is coming out. For that dragonfly or any kingfisher or any mayfly are going to take rest. Okay, they get food from the surface of the pond. Okay, the dragonfly above the surface of the pond, dragonfly fly can live, and mayfly can live, kingfisher can live, which they will roam on the surface of the pond, and they will rest at the bamboo stick or jutting out of the any stick which is jutting out of the surface, and they will collect the food from the surface. This dragonfly, suppose, where does they get it collected? From the surface. Okay, they will roam, but they have a life existence on the surface of the pond. Okay, those type of. They get food from the surface of the pond. Okay, where does they get the kingfisher or this all? Where does they get food from their life existence? From the surface of the pond. Okay, let's see now on the surface of the pond what type of aquatic plants and animals are there on the surface of the pond. Let's see. Organisms like snail, whirling beetle, and pond scatters. Okay, snail, whirling beetles, and pond scatters live on the surface. Okay, on the surface we will have snails, we have whirling beetles, we have pond scatters, we have, okay, and the larva of mayfly or a dragonfly also live on the surface of the pond. Okay, just about this, the flower or the leaf of the, on the leaf of the lotus or on any aquatic plant above the surface, there might be small eggs of the dragonfly or the mayfly, which will be having the survival of this dragonfly or the mayfly, which is on the surface of the pond. Okay, there's plant like Pistia floats on the surface completely, while those like the lotus have roots going deep under. Okay, this is one type of aquatic plant, Pistia, which will float on the surface of the pond, where the plant like lotus, the roots of the lotus is going to reach to the down to the bottom of the pond. Okay, the roots of this will float. Okay, Pistia, the aquatic plant, will float on the water surface, where the roots of the lotus is going to be down under this pond. Okay, that is on the surface. On the surface, what are the living animals, that is living beings that can live? Snail, whirling beetle, and pond scatter. Okay, pond scatter, whirling beetle, and snail live on the surface of the pond. Okay, aquatic plants, Pistia plant and lotus will live on the surface of the pond. Okay, those are the two that you have to keep in the mind. Okay, on the surface, organisms are easily eaten up by other because there is a little protection for them. See, what are the insects or what are the living beings are present on the surface of the pond can be eaten up by others. Suppose kingfisher or any bird is going to have, I've seen any aquatic animal living on the surface, they can be easily eaten up by others which are there on the surface of the pond. Okay, there is a less protection. There is a less protection, however, there is a plenty of food and air, and this is why fish usually comes to the surface to feed. Okay, as there is a plenty of light and food is available on the surface of the pond, that's why the fish sometimes come to the, that's what is again, just usually comes out to the surface to feed. Okay, comes out of the surface, sometimes fish will come out of the surface for the feeding purpose. Okay, on the surface of the pond, what are the organisms? Dragonfly, mayfly, kingfisher will have, and whenever they will be resting on any bamboo stick or any stick which is coming out, okay, jutting out of the surface, they will rest and they will collect the food from the surface. Those are the those are the living organisms which depends on the surface, above the surface of the pond. On the surface, we have surface organisms are snail, whirling beetle, and pond scatters will live on the surface of the pond, and Pistia plant and lotus will also survive on the surface of the pond. Okay, these are there is a less protection. What is the drawback? Less protection. Disadvantage is less protection for the organisms, but more number of food and plenty of food and air is present on the surface of the pond. That is the advantage. Okay. Now, what will be present at the middle? What are the organisms will be selecting as the mid-water as their habitat? That's what we are going to see now. That is, great water boatman, leech, and mosquito larvae are found in the mid-water. Fish and crab also swim around this region. Okay, here around this region, crabs will be swimming, and fish, tortoise. These all are selecting this region for swimming to roam around here and there around the water, where the most of the plants, most of the things which we found here are great water boatman, leech, and mosquito larva. Okay, this will be found in the middle of the middle water pot. Okay, middle water of the pond. We are going to see, and this is the region where tortoise, crabs, and fishes will swim. Okay. Now pond margins. Okay, this is the pond margin, the margin of the pond where it is connected. The pond and land is connected to where the pond is getting connected to the land. Okay, that is called as margins. Pond margins have several grasses. Okay, here different grasses we have: frogs, cranes, crabs, etc. Okay, here at the pond margins, we have grass. The margin of the pond, cranes will leave, fishes will leave, okay, frogs will leave, several different crane also will leave, different type of grasses will be present at that place, okay, where that is being acting as the pond margin is giving the conditions for the existence of those life. Okay, usually fish lay eggs here. Okay, at the pond margins only the fish is going to lay eggs. Okay, that means on the margins of the pond we have crane will live at that place, crab will live, some different grasses are present at the pond margins. Okay, fishes usually they lay eggs at the pond on the pond margins. Now whenever we see at the bottom of the pond, the bottom of the pond have plants like hydrilla. Okay, here we have a plant like hydrilla plant will be, some plants will be present at the bottom, hydrilla plant, some living animals also will be present, mussels, flatworms, okay, flatworms, mussels, and some maggots, the larva of some insects like fly, maggots, some larva will be present on the bottom. Okay, plants, if you go plants, that is hydrilla plant is present at the bottom of the pond, and mussels, flatworms, and maggots, some larva. If we go with the animals, mussels, flatworms are present at the bottom of the pond. Okay, what is the desert? What is the main source of food? Is light is minimum. That is a disadvantage. At the bottom of the pond, the light is minimum. Unless comparing to the surface, the light will be more. Where the light will be minimum at the bottom of the pond, and the dead and decaying matters is plenty. Okay, but food in the form of food will be more here. The food in the form of dead and decaying matter is in plenty. So much amount of food is available at the bottom of the pond in the form of dead and decaying matters. Okay, these are the different regions where we have the life existence of different organisms and aquatic plants and aquatic animals. Okay, so above the surface, dragonflies also. On the surface of the plant, lotus plant, hestia, some other living organisms will live. Here at the at the middle range, fishes and tortoise and crabs will swim, and different type of organisms will live. Margins, cranes, crabs, frogs, different type of grasses will live. Okay, at the bottom, hydrilla plant will be there, living at that place, and flatworms, mussels, okay, maggots of, that is larva of different flies will be also having their life existence at the bottom of that. Main source of the food is will be there in the form of dead and decaying matters for those organisms which are living at the bottom of the pond. Okay, these are the different regions of the pond and different organisms which are having their life existence depending on their requirement and their required conditions and environment which is creating them to have their life existence. Okay, next we are going to discuss about some questions are there. In ponds we can see both plants and animals. Okay, some questions are there you can come across with in page number 56 in activity segments. You can answer by yourself. organisms that live in different levels of pond. That's what we have discussed. You can answer these questions. Okay. Not only plants, at the last of this page number 56, we are going to read the paragraph. In all ponds, we can see both plants and animals. In all ponds, we can see some plants are there and some animals are having their life existence. Some plants are also having their life existence. Okay. The plant that we see in water are called aquatic plants. Okay. See, what are aquatic plants? The plants which have, the plants that we see in water are called aquatic plants. The plants which we see in water are called aquatic plants. Okay, example lotus, pistia, hydrilla. Okay, pistia was living on the surface, lotus and hydrilla is living at the bottom of the. These are aquatic plants. Okay, next aquatic animals. The animals which we see in water are called aquatic animals. Aquatic animals, example crab, frog. We have different fish. These all are fish, crab, frog. These all are we are able to see the crab, tortoise. This all we will see. This all we will see life existence in the water. So that type of thing, that type of animals, we are calling as aquatic animals. Okay, there are several aquatic habitats on the earth from very small. Okay, there are several. We have several aquatic habitats in our land, from smaller habitats to there are several. See, this type of habitat is to be an aquatic habitat. Okay, the pond is considered as aquatic habitat where there is a life existence, the possibility of life existing by giving the sufficient amount of needs which are required for the life existence of different organisms. That type of region we can call as aquatic habitat. Pond is an aquatic habitat. Just now we have read about that. We have studied about that. Okay, there are several aquatic habitats on earth from very small, small aquatic habitats also will be there. Small aquatic habitats. What are the small aquatic habitats? That is tank water. Water tanks, ponds. Different places in water tanks or ponds, small garden pools, small garden pools, pools that form after rain. See, there are some small aquatic habitats, on the land. That is maybe water tanks, ponds, small garden pools, or the pools that forms after rain. In the rainy season, after some rain, some small pools will be formed, right? Okay. There also, after some days, if the rainwater is preserved like that, it will not get evaporated. That creates some environment for the which is acting like a habitat for some aquatic plants and animals, right? See, not only small, there are large ones, large aquatic habitats also are present. There are large aquatic animals like saltwater lakes, rivers, seas, oceans. Okay. We have rivers, seas, oceans, small water lakes. These are a large aquatic habitats which which is going to provide existence of light of huge number of living organisms. So many, plenty of living organisms can have their life existence, and they choose as this river and sea and lake as the aquatic habitats. Okay, this is a small discussion about the pond as a habitat and different type of small habitats, aquatic habitats. What are the plants and what are the aquatic animals are there, and how the regions of the pond has been divided, and how we have different organisms are living on that regions. What are the different aquatic plants and aquatic animals are having their life possibility at that different regions, that what we have discussed in this session. I hope you understood this. Small and easy. This pond has categorized in 5 different regions, and we have read about different regions, which are the type of animals and which are the type of plants are available, how they are, what are the different examples of the aquatic plants and animals which are choosing the pond as the habitat. Okay, why there is a difference in different regions in that? Because the aquatic animals and plants, depending on their required conditions, they will select different regions of the plant to lead their life. Okay, I hope you understood this session, small session to yesterday. Sorry, in the next session we discuss about tree and how tree is acting like a habitat. Have a nice day. Thank you.